Baby, this episode was very...
Dragracadabra, Dragracadabra, legs. Dragracadabra.
They just saw the shoe.
Dragracadabra, legs. There we go.
Dragracadabra.
Dragracadabra. We saw a show full of fuckery.
Magic.
Yes, we did magic. We saw a show full of fuckery. Yes, we did black magic. We saw a show full of tuckery. Yes, we did. Shenanigans, foolery, the fuckery of it all. Honey, that was the episode and...
That's it.
It's your boy Matty-Rants.
And Jamari 4.
Hey everybody, so we're totally gonna get through this as best as we can because I'm totally in like a space right now where the sound echoes and the volume goes boom and everybody around you goes slam to the damn.
Lightning round.
So, we're gonna try to get through this pretty quickly in reference to RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11, Episode 10, Dragracadabra. I like to put that extra little A in there for those who correct me, so Cadabra. And I appreciate that. Social media links are downstairs. You know what to do if you want to donate to the channel. Those links are provided as well. Shall we start?
We shall.
So we get back to the workroom with the girls who are now unfaced keening. If that's what you want to use it, you know. There's a roach on the couch, crash test dummy that has glitter embellishments on there. There's two men
still hanging on.
Yeah. There's two men in there too. There's a couple of Davids, Bruces, and Brocks that are in there.
That we learned today.
And the girls are basically unwinding. It's no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade.
It
really wasn't anything, honestly. No drama means no mess, and with no mess means no stress,
fun.
and meaning we don't have something to argue about and decide to have many dislikes in reference for. So,
mini challenge.
Yo! RuPaul comes in what was a very interesting look.
Multifaceted is the word I want to call it.
That's what you want to call it.
That's what I want to call it.
That good old brown boot with that dark suit in the yellow mustard V-neck with the black. I am from, ninth grade, and I'm feeling my
biker gang.
Yeah, not even. She only sings on Tuesday night karaoke. Then we got the motorcycle cut gloves. I didn't know what to think.
I mean, there's a lot going on here, RuPaul.
I wasn't mad. I just was like,
there's a lot going on here, RuPaul.
This is a different look for you, and I want to get used to it a little bit more. So I gotta say, okay, Ru, for changes, but
it's fine. Mini challenge.
Yes. Mini challenge.
We get a visit from Drag Race alumni. What's her name?
Oh, Delta works on RuPaul's hair.
Delta look good. And she
Hi,
came
Delta.
In with her wig looking righteous, like she hired me for a reason.
Yes, personality on point. Team personality. Team personality.
Okay. So the mini challenge is balls to the wall. They are challenged to put different body parts against other body parts of the crew members.
To carry balls across the floor to a hole, exactly, to dump said ball into the hole. So people needed to make sure their walls were intact
Very
to
close.
hold the ball in to then get in said hole that was to fit that ball in the hole. That was the game.
Shout out to the pit crew members this week.
How about shout out to all the pit crew members? But you know my favorite was Bruno. Yeah, but yes, it was quite funny, and it was the first time that Silky picked up somebody, and it wasn't in a very. It was perfect.
It actually made sense. So the winner of this week's mini challenge is Miss Vanjie.
Miss Vanjie. All right, Van.
Great time.
Get your mini
you
challenge
finally won
win.
something, bitch.
Yeah.
So since Miss Vanjie won the mini challenge, she get to choose who she wants on her team for the. How do you say the word? Because I can't say it.
Dragracadabra.
Dragracadabra. I was not going to be able to say that word. So Miss Vanjie chooses Miss Silky Nutmeg Ganache, Akira Chanel Davenport, and Miss Evie Oddly. And they kept panning the camera over to Miss Brooklyn, feel like, oh, she gonna pick me, she gonna pick me. She did not pick you. So because she did not pick you, we were left with Nina, Sugar, and Brooklyn on the opposite team.
Some things we were left with.
And Miss Silky felt like, Miss Vanjie, you put all the girls who had all the talent, all the personality, all the this, that, the fourth, the beauty, except for Evie. But
I said, you had one job, like, Silky, one job. You had Silky, one job.
You
just get through this episode without cutting her up. This
like,
close.
Nope, got to get that slide
This
in.
close.
But you know what?
It's okay.
Fine. It's fine.
Everyone has a jab. Everyone gets a jab.
But Miss Rupaul decided to be extra messy this particular episode.
Let's just be real with this. Now, RuPaul comes in there, child, and she wants to ask the kids a question because that's what we need her to do to fill the time of this episode, right?
That wasn't much.
Right. So as she comes in there, there's no set team captain for the other team besides Nina saying, I've done this before. Harvey Firestein. But it was, I'm not sure if I want to do this. I'm not sure if I want to do that. So what does RuPaul need to talk about? So are you making out with that girl over there? That loud one right there?
We've shot you multiple
Have you
times.
put your penis in there? Has something happened?
Really?
She insinuated that. The words were used.
Wow. Really, RuPaul?
And of course, Brooklyn's like, yeah, that's it, right? That's me. That's me over there, sis. And I don't know if I really care about this more.
But they shoved it down our throats multiple times.
I thought we already had this conversation with RuPaul knowing this too. Or was it just the guest judges? I don't know. Either way.
She was just trying to make it seem like, did you feel a way that she didn't pick you?
But that was the conversation. It was Brooklyn and Vanjie's conversation about the two teams and a little bit of what are you going to do? Okay, that's cool. But it really was about that. So, wow. But,
Child.
So, Soleil Moon Frye.
We moved to the rehearsal with the comedian Kyle Marlette.
He was funny.
Shout
out to you, sir.
Only he was funny.
You did it.
Only he was funny.
Yes.
He knew what he was doing.
Yes.
And him trying to work with Akira doing the balloon joke, and Akira was just like...
So is that how you...
I mean, honestly, I would have been thinking the same thing.
It was good.
That's an impressive trick.
Everybody else had routines that you've seen before in other magic shows, so it was kind of like, okay, cool. Y'all, they just ran through it until Silky Nutmeg Ganache was everybody who was at the airport waiting on the flight and got there super early or has a layover and it's 8 hours and you can't leave because you know how your stuff goes. But then it was bubbling spit.
That's how you knew. That's that good sleep. When you start drooling,
that's the fourth.
That's that.
Was that the third or the fourth REM cycle, y'all? Y'all need to help me out with that in the comment section for my dream takers who know what the cycls are for your REM sleep.
That's the
she was in it. Like there was a dream happening, possibly that had taken over it. That's
what I'm trying
to get it where you get it, honey.
But yeah, the other team. I mean, Nina and Sugar, Brooklyn, they didn't really need many notes. They were all amazing.
They had everything together. They knew what they wanted to do. Everything was very organized and cohesive. And again, that shook the other girls. And that's why Evie brought up, hey, we might need to work a script out or something because we don't want to look like we know what we're doing. Now, y'all can see Silky shooting over to Akira during that entire time. Like, here she go. Still a little mad. Still a little gingerbread cookie mad. Still a little mad.
She's still in March. We in May now, girl.
So Akira speaks because again, Akira, thank God Akira is there because Akira really does know how to communicate for everybody when it comes down to certain stuff because some people don't know how to do it without reacting. So she's like, well, I think that we just want to do improv and this, that, and the other. And Evie's like, but I mean, we need to have some kind of structure. And Vanjie was sitting there shaking her head with Evie I don't want to be the bottom for this too. So they never really worked anything out until the last minute, as we found out the next day that they really rechanged everything up, and that will come soon to be something we see. So the girls are getting dressed, and Akira is not feeling confident, and that's not something that's normal. And they sort of have a moment about that, and everybody has a coo and a ha and a wee and a wah. But I just want to go ahead and get to the runway, Jamar.
Because there's really not much.
What else can you say?
RuPaul in red. Not very often that we get to see Miss Mama RuPaul in red.
I enjoy a good ginger.
That wig was...
It was great.
Right, with the Holy Ghost. The Father has a...
So good old red patches of
you know what? The dress didn't even need to be the most. It didn't need to be embellished. It didn't need to be stoned.
Now, you saw it was two pieces, right? You saw that. And that was what I liked about it the most because it looked like it was centered in and then it was cut in a little bit. I enjoyed the design of it. RuPaul, your makeup was one. The hair was right and the dress was done.
Absolutely. I was very excited to see Catherine Langford this week because I am a fan of her on the 13 Reasons Why. And shout out to Miss Gina Rodriguez as well.
Hey, Jane the Virgin.
So,
CW
great TV shows. I need to check them both out. They're both amazing at what they do. Mm-hmm. So, let's go on to the magic. show.
No, magic. You gotta get magic. Like she had a little bit of that there.
But Nina West fueled the entire show. She really did. And we started off on the great foot, Miss Nina, Sugar, and Brooklyn. Now, at first, I didn't know where they were going because Brooklyn and Sugar were out there waiting for Nina to make her appearance.
Listen. Now, that was because of false advertisement, as they normally do with us when we watch the show, because they gave the
and them faces like...
Was that not funny because they said the F word? But actually, they laughed at their F word joke. This isn't a detox roast situation. Season 5, anybody? Y'all remember that? Hold on. She was like, all them F-bombs. Anywho. Brooklyn and Sugar had a good intro for Nina, who was like, hey, we're all dudes! And that was so funny. And then it just was, they played off of each other. They were a little bit nasty, but not too forward with it. It was all very playful and fun. Nina did anchor it, like Jamar said.
She really did.
You're talking about somebody who was basically like, it was an 80s Ric Flair show. Like, it was so funny to me.
Very appropriate.
Brooklyn was ditzy, the ditzy one. Like, it was
worked,
very,
though.
like, you know, okay. And I can do all my moves and stuff, and it was very much polished again, like Brooklyn is. And actually, her outfit was great.
I was like, I really like Brooklyn's outfit.
I was like, you could have worn that on a runway; it would have been fine.
That was cute.
Sugar. Let's get to. I don't know if I said sugar. Excuse me. Where am I? Sugar. You need a little no, ooh. Okay.
Sugar was a great supporting character. Like, I mean, she could be arguably the weakest of the team.
She was stronger than the other
anybody else on that other team.
As long as we get that out. Okay.
Anybody else.
That's where my issue with judging tonight. I was
I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Y'all didn't even have to split hairs in that moment.
It should have been y'all three go in the back, but okay, anyway.
We'll get there.
Black magic.
Horrible. Moving on.
You stole my bed. No, it's
horrible.
Black magic.
Black magic. Black magic.
Black
magic.
Black magic.
Akira came in. We are Black magic.
And then again,
I felt based off at least on Vanjie and I think Evie's face, she was like, "This is ridiculous. We look ridiculous right now, but this is what we rehearsed, so this is what we're gonna go with."
It was like watching a series that was ordered for 12 but canceled in 3 episodes.
It was long. I don't know if they gave them the even amount of time for both, but I was enjoying myself with Nina's team.
All right, we're gonna break them down.
That was forever.
Here's Evie. I'm gonna make this happen, and I love you, Evie. You know we cool, girl, but this was killing me. But I didn't know what you was doing.
This is why she had to write it down because she's like, I can't.
And it just was. It was rough. And then we get to Silky. Oh, now y'all catch Silky with the good old. And it was like, okay, here we we know Silky now. But then it turned into this.
They're like, hold that! I know you're thirsty, girl.
It took a long time for that. You see how this happened? I see, yes! And she was funny in a sense of getting them back to be like, okay, hey, you guys, like, you know,
It was just, it was supposed to be a barbecue story. And I'm like, I completely lost it. There were condiments.
The black man, well, hold on now. Now you know what they meant by let's not act.
I mean, I know what they meant, but watching it, I'm like, I kept losing that this is supposed to be a barbecue.
Concept, because it's black magic is to do barbecue, and y'all came out and was like, what? And I was just like, there was a conversation, you know, about somebody, you know, relying on something.
Okay,
all right.
Silky, this was
you want us to be real about stuff, relying on certain things to be funny. So, you know, when Vanjie got up there and yelled for about 2 minutes.
Bless her heart.
Ketchup. Mustard, empty bag.
Who's like,
the hell is going on here? Danger, Will Robinson, you are lip syncing tonight.
One thing I always give Vanjie, her face was beat.
Her face was
painted.
Them contacts were the best thing about it, though. I thought I was looking into the eyes of Luna from a Sailor Moon child. Use your wand, Serena. Excuse me, Usagi-chan.
So we use the Japanese
We use the real names in this household. We're Sailor Moon fans for real.
I still have to watch that. Should I watch that reincarnation?
Yes! Are you kidding?
It's been on I keep forgetting to put it on. I keep forgetting.
You all get it.
And whenever we put it, I'm like, oh yeah, I keep wanting to watch it.
You know I've already seen it down in full through. You know I'm a Sailor. it's the same kind of arc, but they do a little bit things differently than they did in the other one.
I'll put it in my list.
You'll like it. It'll be fun.
So, bring it to the runway.
Runway, bring it to the runway, please. Clack, clack. Oh, runway, runway, bring it to the runway, please. Clack, clack.
So the runway was supposed to be Caftan realness.
Caftan realness was the category of the night, and first up to the runway was good old Silk with the good old milk, giving you balls on balls on balls for tease.
I mean,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, there you go.
It fit the assignment.
She had a nice old dress on underneath that caftan.
However, I'm glad Michelle read this because this has been bugging me for like the past 2 weeks.
You talking about?
You don't stop cutting them lashes in half and putting them on your face, looking like only half of your eyeball is exposed, we gonna fight.
You're talking about that line right here.
I know there's supposed to be like a look. It's supposed to be very, whatever.
It's very cunty, in my opinion, when I see it. You're not a fan of the little lash?
I am not.
You need a little bit of a good
I need
lash.
a full look.
Something of the lash. Something of the sort.
Like she said, it looks like half of your eye isn't done. It's the personal bother for me.
I feel you on that. I can understand it. To me, I thought the look was decent. I didn't think there was anything bad about it. I actually enjoyed her face. The lash was a little bit of a for me, but I'm giving this a 2.
It's still a 2.
She there. I liked it, Silk. It was cute, but yeah, I ain't gonna say about that. That was cute for me.
So next up, probably my personal top 2 is Miss Evie Oddly.
Oh my God. Okay, me first. Okay, first of all, when you decide not to do wigs like that and you go into a different direction.
Because you don't need them.
But that caftan was nasty. It was so right for what your look was giving, and you had the good accessories with it too. Evie, I'm proud of you, bitch. I don't care what nobody say. That y'all can do this old dumb, she's not glamour stuff. That was what you want to call it. It was punk rock glamour. Thank you. What is the definition? Because I thought that was hot. I was like,
we're too many seasons into the show, and y'all have seen way too many different examples of glamour to still believe it's all the same.
Her walk also too kind of added to it, because Evie can walk. Let me tell you something. That's a long strut, honey.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
So Evie, you did the damn thing.
Puss.
Probably one of my favorite looks for the night.
Puss.
Now, Akira Chanel Davenport.
You did not follow the assignment by any means necessary. You came out there ready to actually fight crime, sis. Everyone, it's the butterfly. No.
I was like, if she don't stop flapping,
when I'm
trying to make it, she is swear like I am selling this as a caftan.
It's butterfree, sleep powder. Solar beam. You need to wait one turn to charge, sis. Wait. Oh, it can learn solar beam, but you wanted sunny day, so that way it actually would go immediately.
But by that time, Butterfree dead. She can't take no hits.
But can. You can't go up against any fire, and I think fighting is an issue too. Ice was bad for them as well. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. Pokemon. We're seeing Detective Pikachu, by the way. That's a must.
But Akira, this was not a caftan, girl. This was not a caftan.
Goodbye.
This was a boot. I'm sorry.
It's a good boot. It's a good boot.
Down, but it's a
good boot.
Nice boot.
Goodbye. Good boot.
So Miss Vanjie came up next, and initially
Mrs. Roper. Mrs. Roper.
It's a great look.
It is, Mrs. Roper.
It's a great look. The only tweak that I think we agreed on is that the nose piece was
it's a doorknob. It's boom, boom.
Just a little bit.
You rang silent.
It was hanging all in your mouth, baby.
Yeah, you might as well have been chewing on that sucker.
it was dangling all between your lips.
Could have been a Fruit Loops for all we know.
But I mean, aside from that, the whole other look,
I was happy. I was like, oh, it's not a bathing suit. It's not that girl. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah. Up next is Detox. Brooklyn Heights.
Because she was straight from head to toe.
But let's be real.
But it was good. It was bright. It was from the wigs and braids to the designer of that gown.
I love somebody that can whiff a little bit of fabric around and let me know how their entire dick is a vagina. It was wonderful, darling. I lived and breathed. The planes are going by. Brooklyn, thank you for all that you gave us in that moment. It wasn't the most spectacular. It's in the background. I don't care. I'm incorporating this in. She had a Wonder Woman corset underneath. We saw that shit. It looked cute. Everybody wanted to go bra after it. After it.
But yeah, she sold the garment from head to toe.
It.
I have nothing bad to say about it. To be
Great
honest
job,
with you.
Detox.
Next was Miss Sugarcane.
Sugarcane came with the Lion, the Witch, and the wardrobe.
Because at first when I saw that, I'm like, where are you about to go with the sugar gold or something?
She was going to bed, and then she ended up going to the market, and then she went to the beach afterwards.
You know, all in one day.
In that same wig, too.
I didn't see it coming. Really, the third time. I was like, okay.
Mad at it. I wasn't mad at it, too.
I wasn't mad at it.
Michelle was like, it got worse and worse and worse. I was like, damn.
It was 3 distinct looks, girl.
It just needed to be one in that moment, to me, in my opinion. But I liked her in the effort of trying to do that, and I thought it was fun, a choice for her to make. So to me, I don't give her. I don't have nothing negative to say. I just thought it was the Lion, the Witch, and the wardrobe. I thought, oh girl, she came out with all the seasons. It was fall, then it was spring, and then it was summer. I was like, well, good evening. Where's winter?
She's coming.
Someone's watching Game of Thrones, just like me, and we're all into it.
There's no way I'm catching up by the time this season is over.
It's not gonna happen.
There's no way.
Next up
was Miss Nina West.
Lady Bunny Couture. Ooh, that's a good way to put that. Lady Bunny Couture. It was a beautiful version, and it was
If the wig was like an inch higher, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, and the Caftan was beautiful. Oh my goodness.
And it was stoned nicely in all the right places.
She spent a good money on that.
There's nothing that pleases my OCD more than stones placed on purpose and not just haphazard over the gown.
Exactly. And we're saying that because both me and Jamar are actually going to be judges for the Starlight Royalty Pageant in Washington, D.C. on November 2nd and 3rd. So we'll be judging that drag pageant for Mr. and Miss Starlight Royalty.
And I'm going to be looking for these stones.
Oh, we are going to be in the cut looking for those stones and the beading and all the embellishments in between. Nina, it was a great look, girl. This looks like a win for you, sis. Like we didn't see it coming.
It was obvious.
So the runway's over. Are we ready to get some?
I'm ready to get to the judging.
So judging was quite interesting because everybody was on board and they decided to, go down the lines with the groups. And of course they gave Nina's group the praise of all praises. Everybody did a good job except for Sugar, to them, who they felt like was just not adding up to the equation. To me, I don't think it was that big of a deal. I think they were just pulling straws and wanted somebody on that team, or maybe it was for storyline purposes for the people who were the 4 over there not to go because they liked those 4 more than say one person in particular on that team, because that's what it felt like. I hate to be that guy, but so,
if you really judge this competition off of the runway and the challenge, it should have been Vanjie and maybe a toss-up between Silky and Akira.
I mean, even throw Evie in there in that one too.
You
if
could
you just
throw
want to
Evie
go,
in there, but they love her runway.
Right, but I have to say her runway saved it for sure.
She really did.
So I would have rather
baby.
have put Akira in, and I hate to be that guy only because she didn't do a Caftan, and at least Silky did a Caftan.
You know what? That's
so
what it
like,
was. That's what put Silky over.
She followed the rules,
followed the
and it was like, well, you looked up Caftan, that's what came up, but it just wasn't working. But Evie made the mistake of choosing to not do the team thing at that moment because at the time maybe that's just where her mind was thinking, and you was
in defense mode.
She was in defense mode. She was like, I'm ready to save myself. All right, there we go. So she said, I wrote this, I did all that now, but she forgot Vanjie was also part of that writing equation with her in this situation. So that would have applied more so if she said me and Vanjie were really on that level.
That would have been
and the other girls were a little bit, on the improv side. So Vanjie almost clicked out.
She was like, wait a minute.
And I'm thankful for Akira to be there in that situation because that Libra, I saw my Libra sister do what I Libra do. Jamar has seen me do it as well. Where something literally is off and I'm like, what? What happened? And he's like, Matt. I'm like, okay. It's all right? This is nothing? Okay, good. Let me back up then because you know where I'm going with this. I'm about to pop because I know they did.
But you know what? Vanjie had a reason to feel the way because if I was with you and then you decide to be like, oh no, she ain't do nothing, and you tried to lump me in with the other girls that, was at fault here, I'm like, oh no. You will not discredit me, girl.
It's not going to happen. So we're fans of Evie, but we also see that wasn't right. You at that time it should have been
right.
I did put in a lot of this work too, but I know everybody else did so as well. So I it just didn't translate, and it was the tone that was used and how it was presented, babe. That's all that was. All delivery. And we've already gone over Akira in the, I have gamma ray powers for the Godzilla movie. You know what I'm saying? Mothra and shit. It was fine, but she still was beat. It doesn't even matter.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, Mrs. Roper. So basically, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and Mrs. Roper had to lip sync to Mary J. Blige, No More Drama. Who saw that coming?
Like, really? All the Marys, I would not have guessed that they would pick, because it's really somber. It's slower.
I
would have thought they would have did. I would have expected like Real Love.
Hey, listen.
I would have expected
Real
like
that'd been about
even like Not Gonna Cry. I don't know. I don't know. I would have like
okay.
Anyway, but it's still good.
It was a good lip sync. Vanjie, that was better than the that was better than Fantasia. That was better than the Fantasia one by leaps and bounds, sister. Let me tell you something. When all that jewelry started coming off, I knew what was up. And then when you got to the last part where she has to amp it up, Mary was amping it. I got some of your Mary-isms in there. I was waiting for a little shuffle step.
Right.
I want a little shuffle step, little kick out, little kick
Go
out.
Mary.
Hey, I want a little bit of that. And you had those moments too, so that's why I saw Silky back there going, because I was like, that was me. You're doing it. But when the whole Roper hat came off, and you was
whipping that wig, honey, whipping it back and forth.
I was like, yeah.
I mean, Sugar was good, but
she was doing a good job. But this was also happening. Spread my life away.
It was like one note. She had like that same expression the entire time. It didn't fluctuate.
Yeah, it was. I'm looking in the dark. And it was still a nice performance from her, but I can see the light. It just was like she was squinting so hard. It was, ooh, I'm gonna get you're gonna hear me.
People feel like that is like the only way to invoke like a strong emotion. It's just like nah. You have to really interpret the song.
Glip. And that's how good old Vanessa Vanjie Mateo has survived round 2 of the lip sync cycle for herself. So she continues on with another quarter to last again. This time she'll change into her alternative costume. So
I mean, Miss Sugar went home. We love you, Miss Sugar.
We do. You actually had a great run, and you also showed us. You proved a lot of us wrong with some of your runways.
Oh yes,
you have definite taste.
Oh yes.
So we can never question that ever, period. And also, for you to be doing drag at 40 after you just quit your job that you had that was so secure, and it's something that you're just sort of now getting into. You definitely haven't done it for a long time. It's like, okay, bitch, you showed out. That's great. And it can tell anybody that no matter what age you are,
you can do what you want to do.
Your dreams can come true. So, Untucked, is it that big of a deal?
Not really.
A long ass argument that was unnecessary.
They really drug it out.
And then Brooklyn's mom coming in to be like, "Hey, baby," and giving some really great words of wisdom. Ooh, that touched my heart. Shout
out to Brooklyn's mom.
She was great.
Was like she really laid it down. She's like, if God has not forsaken me as a sinner who can't be perfect, who am I to forsake my son?
And that was really important to have. And of course, y'all know my relationship with my dad is becoming better and better each time we talk and stuff like that. It is important that, especially with the LGBTQ community, when there's a parent that's there, or at least some sort of figure that is a parent that's healthy in that way, that's, guiding you down the light, or has your side and has your back. So Brooklyn, you're very lucky to have a mom like that. And, anybody else who has moms like that, or any sort of family member or relative or a friend even, that's a blessing. It's a true blessing. But this argument though, because you want us to talk about it, we're not going to really get into it that long. It literally was Akira explaining to Evie how why Vanjie was upset, why the whole team feels some kind of way, and where she came out that was wrong. And then Evie, while accepted it, also then kind of was like, well, this is why, though.
This is what, we get that. We understand the point. But we're just saying.
Here's what went down. And then, of course, it had to even be, Silky didn't say nothing but blink half the time. But, of course, we've learned that.
The eyeball rolls.
But they say that most of the time she can't see. But rolling the eye doesn't basically get your water back in there, girl. I will say, though, when she said, well, girl, we are a team, though. It's like, you kind of just,
threw myself under the bus.
And Evie tried to explain it, but it was like, girl, okay, come on, just cut it. Let's just cut it right now, because it's really getting tiresome. When Nina had said, we all have had a hard day, and Carrie was like, I'm sorry to laugh, girl. I'm not laughing
I understand what you mean.
But I'm laughing at you, girl. carrier, baby.
She's dope. She's
Oh
funny
my
as hell.
goodness, she's so funny and she's good people. Y'all, tell us what you thought of this episode. This is probably going to be one of our quickest reviews that we've ever done. Trust me, we had to go through a lot of random sound noises. So if you hear anything in the background, I am not apologizing because this was already hard to do. So, who was your favorite look on the runway? Who did really well in the challenge? Who do you think deserved to win, or I guess is your winner? Who is your bottom two? Who do you think should have won the lip sync? Do you agree with the judges? Tell us what you think, everybody. And by all means, yeah. Watch us again next week for another fun installment of Dragracadabra.
Love you guys.
Ow, the links are downstairs. You know where to find us if you want to donate to the channel. That's also downstairs in the description below. It's your boy, Matty-Rants.
And Jamarty 4.
Hugs and kisses. My best love and wishes to you. We will see you next week, child. You'll probably see me on a couple lives. So, yeah.
Bye-bye.